Hello there everyone. Today we're going to take a look at how to do the CNAME setup for IDX Broker. All right. We're going to take a look at the requirements in order to do this. First, you need an IDX Broker account. You need to own a domain and you need to have access to the DNS records. All right. The DNS records are in GoDaddy, HostGator, SiteGround, Enum, or wherever you bought this domain and you're hosting. That can also be high level if you have the domain there, or Wix, even just anywhere where you bought the domain and wherever you have the DNS records. And just to be clear, this CNAME record needs to be added on the domain that was registered for the IDX Broker account, right? So whenever you register for your IDX Broker account, they asked, what is your website URL? So let's say that's soniasellshouses.com. All right. So we want to go to the DNS records for soniasellshouses.com. So the domain that is registered with the IDX Broker account. It will only work for that domain. All right. All right. Perfect. I'm going to do the example here on a high level domain. But this is the same thing over at GoDaddy or SiteGround or Enum or wherever you host your domain. You need to go to the DNS zone editor, DNS records, or advanced DNS records, sometimes they're called. But what we need to do is click add new record, and it's going to ask us for the type. The type of this record is a CNAME, and then the name. Normally we use something short, simple, and descriptive like search or homes or listings. Or if you're in Texas, you can do Texas or whatever word you want, but this will be a prefix and it will only affect the IDX pages, not the website itself. All right, the target will always need to be subdomains.idxbroker.com. The TTL, we're just going to leave it as auto or default or whatever you already have populated there in your hosting company. All right. So again, subdomains.idxbroker.com. Here, I recommend search. That's a good one since this will serve for all the IDX pages. But again, you can choose any word you want, like homes or listings or TX, something that's short, right? So in this case, I'm going to do search, and then we just go ahead and save. All right, and once we've created the record over at a hosting company, our last step for this is we need to go to idxbroker.com and log in. idxbroker.com, log in, and it's going to take you to your dashboard here. We're going to click on the first little house icon here on the top, and then we're going to click account and then details. And right here, it says use custom domain, yes or no, right? So as you can see, the default is your domain .idxbroker.com, which means IDX Broker is going to get credit for all those pages, not your site. So what we want to do is get you the SEO credit for all those pages. So we're going to say yes, and then we're going to type, in this case, search, since that is the name of the record we created. If you selected homes, you will type homes. If you selected Texas, you will type Texas, right? In this case, we created a record with the name search, so we're going to type that. And perfect, we're going to scroll all the way down and make sure to save our changes. If we did the first step correctly, then it's going to say CNAME set up correctly. It can take up to 48 hours for the changes to propagate. It says this, but it's more like 10 to 15 minutes in which your pages will show a privacy notice. And this is completely normal, right? It's propagating across the internet and that privacy notice will go away on its own. Don't freak out. It's normal. It's just propagating. If you're doing it in GoDaddy, for example, once you have clicked on your domain and you're here on your domain, to the left, you will see a menu that says DNS. Right here, we're going to click on DNS. We're going to then click add new record, and we're going to fill it up like this, right? Remember, the search is the word that is most used, since this will be for all the IDX pages. However, you are free to choose any word you like. And we will definitely want to make sure that we have saved our changes over at IDX Broker. Once we've done that, then this will be completed. And now your URL for the IDX Broker pages will say the CNAME plus your domain. The IDX Broker part or the IDX Broker slug there will be removed. That means that you will get SEO credit for all these pages, right? Thank you very much.